Welcome back to Penn State Sports Night. I'm Ryan Lam, and alongside me, Sommer Thomas. We're here to provide you with your weekly sports update.
Week 4 of college football came with a couple key ranked matchups in Michigan versus Wisconsin and Georgia versus Notre Dame. The Badgers dominated the Wolverines 35-14 and left Coach John Harbaugh with nothing to say except that his team was outplayed and outprepared. Michigan was scoreless until the third quarter when Sean McKeon scored on a short pass from Shea Patterson, followed by a successful two-point conversion. Michigan's second touchdown in the fourth quarter was not enough to overcome Wisconsin's 35-point lead from the first 2.5 quarters of football. By contrast, Georgia versus Notre Dame was much closer, with the Bulldogs pulling ahead in the fourth quarter to win 23-17. The Fighting Irish definitely put up a fight, leading the game 10-7 until a pivotal third-quarter interception from redshirt freshman Devod Wilson, deep in Notre Dame territory. Georgia remains undefeated while Notre Dame remains ranked despite the loss.
It was an eventful weekend for Penn State soccer. The women's team fell to Michigan on Thursday, but bounced back against Michigan State on Sunday in a 5-1 blowout. 5 different players scored, and Frankie Taliaferri made her impact known in the assist column, matching Ali Krieger's school record with 4 helpers. The men's team traveled to Columbus, Ohio, and prevailed in an overtime victory. It was Liam Butts who saved the day with a game-winning golden goal in the 97th minute. The women's team will head out to Minnesota and Wisconsin after a 2-3-1 homestand, while the men's team will square off against Big Ten foes Michigan at home and Michigan State on the road over the next weekend.
Penn State women's volleyball had a roller coaster weekend with a rare home loss against number 6 Pitt. The Panthers swept the 4th-ranked Nittany Lions on Friday, to the surprise of many fans after seeing Penn State's only previous loss come to top-ranked Stanford. Penn State's offensive production was dismal with a 1.29 hitting percentage. However, they redeemed themselves on Sunday in Pittsburgh with a 5-set victory. It was a defensive game for both teams, but the Nittany Lions were more aggressive with 17 blocks and 7 aces in the match. They will face Michigan State at home on Wednesday.
It was an ugly ending to a rather highly anticipated matchup down in Mexico. UFC hosted a featherweight main event in Mexico City between Yair Rodriguez and Jeremy Stephens. The main event ended rather abruptly. After 15 seconds into the first round, Stephens got hit in the eye off a Rodriguez strike, and the doctor on site ruled that he was unable to compete. The crowd was irate and even started to hurl objects from the stands into the octagon. Steve Peterson and Paul Craig earned the Performances of the Night bonuses with a spinning back fist KO and a rear naked choke submission respectively. The women's strawweight fight between Carla Esparza and Alexa Grasso was named Fight of the Night, with Esparza prevailing in split decision.
After a quiet bye week for the Nittany Lions, they will face Maryland under the Friday night lights in College Park for their first Big Ten matchup of the season. Maryland is coming in at 2-1 and Penn State at 3-0, but history is also with the Nittany Lions since they have won the last 4 matchups against Maryland. So, Ryan, do you think the Terrapins stand a chance against the Nittany Lions on Friday?
I think they definitely stand a chance in that they're playing at home, their student tickets are all sold out, and it's a night game, so it's probably something like their Super Bowl. And it's also interesting to see how Sean Clifford will play in his first, I would say, important game on the road as well. But I think Penn State is an overall a better team with better players all across the field, so I would say that Penn State would come out of this matchup victorious.
Thanks for watching this week's sports update. For Ryan Lam, I'm Sommer Thomas. Have a nice night.
Thank you for watching our latest edition of Penn State Sports Night. If you're a fan of our content, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more clips. Also follow us on Twitter at PSSNTV and on Instagram at PSU Sports Night to keep up with the action. For all my colleagues, we are Penn State Sports Night.